Welcome back to NerdMDs StackBytes, where we turn one of our latest Substack posts into a 10-minute power session. This allows our subscribers to listen to a discussion about recent content to further digest our NerdMDs content. We are here for you readers and listeners. The link to the Substack article will be in the show notes. Sit back and relax and enjoy this most recent NerdMDs StackByte. Imagine stepping away from a high-level medical leadership role, feeling energized and purposeful. You've got the right people around you, a big vision, and momentum. It all looks great on the outside, but inside, that's where it gets murky. Welcome to what I call the middle part, the long, uncertain stretch between the moment you leap and the moment you land. This is the part no one talks about. So today, I will. Hey friends, welcome to NerdMDs StackBytes. I'm Dr. Adam Carewe. This show is where I share short, sharp episodes about recent written NerdMDs Substack musings to accompany the written piece. Read or listen, I got you covered. Today's episode is personal, and I mean that in the most vulnerable, unscripted sense of the word. I'm taking you back to the months after I left my executive post at Kaiser, a time I haven't really opened up about publicly. The full post is called The Middle Part. What I didn't share when I left Kaiser, it's up on my Substack, linked in the show notes. But here, I want to unpack it in real time. When I left Kaiser, I felt clear-eyed. I was moving towards something, not running from something that matters. I had this amazing team in general medicine. We weren't called that yet as we were stealth at this point, but operating and growing. The work ahead felt aligned with my values, but clarity on the big picture doesn't mean peace in the day-to-day. I thought the hardest part was the decision. It wasn't. The hardest part was what came after the weird drifting space where you're technically free, but emotionally frayed. That's the middle part. It wasn't a breakdown. I wasn't falling apart, but I was unraveling quietly. It wasn't one big stressor. It was micro-anxieties. What if something breaks in the house? Should we really be spending money on a vacation? Did I just bet my family's stability on a dream? Each one, small, together, relentless. It felt like having 100 browser tabs open in my brain, none of them crashing the system, but none of them letting me focus, either. It was the first time in my professional life that I wasn't working full-time, and I didn't realize how much of my identity was tied to that until it was gone. There were echoes of those early attending years, right? Out of residency when I took Wednesdays off to spend with my daughter, but now she's going into high school, and I hadn't recalibrated. I was crossing off to-dos, but not feeling any satisfaction. Present physically, but not mentally, and definitely not emotionally. My 8 sleep tracker wasn't subtle. It was like, hey man, you're not sleeping well. It does this by reporting your actual sleep cycles, resting heart rate variability. They were all getting worse. The aggregate score was going down from a max of 100. Eventually, my wife, who'd been watching all this build-up, sat me down. She said it straight, you've got to do something. That hit me hard. Not because it was shocking, but because it was true. I'd been telling myself, just power through. This had worked in the past, but that only works when the engine is fine. This time, the wiring needed attention. I took a GAD-7. That's the generalized anxiety disorder screening tool we all know as clinicians, but maybe don't always apply to ourselves. This time, I answered honestly. And let's just say I didn't ace it. The results made it clear. This wasn't just a rough patch. It was clinical. I also started noticing something else. A first drink at night felt like relief, and not in a good way. You know that line, just to take the edge off? Yeah, that's a flag. Not a reward. It didn't spiral, but I saw where it could go. That was enough. I wish I could say I jumped into therapy the next day. I didn't. I hesitated. I had all the classic internal resistance. I'm a doctor. I should be able to handle this. But eventually, with help from my wife's Cigna coverage, we were in between plans. I started on sertraline, an SSRI, first line for generalized anxiety. Within a few weeks, things shifted. Sleep came back. That constant internal buzzing gone. And slowly I felt like myself again. And then something beautiful happened. I wanted to build again, to think creatively, to fix healthcare, actually engage, not just function. That stretch, those 4 or 5 months, felt like forever when I was in it. But looking back, It was a turning point. I noticed something else too. During that time, I stopped posting, paused the blog, slowed the podcast. A few friends reached out to check in. They noticed. And I'll never forget that. Sometimes mental health challenges don't shout. They whisper. They show up as absence, less engagement, less spark. So when someone pulls back, don't assume. Check in. Today, I feel better than I have in years. I'm sleeping great again. I'm thinking clearly. And life feels really fun again. And let me tell you, fun feels a lot better than anxious and worried. Problems still exist, but they feel solvable again. So here's what I'll leave you with. If you're in your own middle part right now, or you know someone who might be, don't wait. Ask, share, help, that nudge, that check-in, that vulnerability. It might be exactly what they need. You can read the full version of this story over on my Substack. Subscribe. While you're there, if this kind of honest storytelling resonates with you. And hey, share this episode with someone who might need it. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. Adam Carewe, and this has been another episode of NerdMDs StackBytes. Until next time, keep building clarity. Thank you for listening to Efficiency Unlocked, Nerd Tested, MD Approved, a NerdMDs podcast by Drs. Adam Carewe and Dale Gold.